When the morning first opens, before the world begins to move, there is a quiet space where your heart finally speaks. It's that early moment when your eyes are barely awake, yet your mind is already stirring with thoughts you didn't ask for. The decisions waiting on you, the questions that followed you through the night, the sense that today might ask more from you than you feel ready to give. In that stillness, unfinished things settle in quickly, even before you take your first deep breath. And yet, right there, God meets you. Before worry rises, before pressure returns, His presence reaches you first. Sometimes you wake already carrying more than you wanted to. Responsibilities, uncertainty, silent pressure you rarely put into words. And tucked inside it all is that honest whisper many of us have prayed in the dark, in the shower, or while staring at the ceiling. Lord, please show me what to do. Maybe you said it softly. Maybe you said it desperately. Maybe you said it yesterday and still feel unsure today. If that's where your heart is right now, you are not alone. You're not the only one who opens their eyes and feels the weight before they feel the warmth. You're not the only one who looks ahead and quietly wonders which direction to take. And in all of that uncertainty, God is still near, steady, and aware of every fear you've been carrying. This moment is for you, the one who wants direction, who longs for peace, who needs God to guide them into a new day. You don't have to solve anything right now. You don't have to push through or pretend you're fine. You can let yourself breathe. Let your shoulders soften. Let your thoughts slow, just enough to remember you're not navigating this morning alone. God sees the choices that intimidate you. He knows the things you hesitate to say out loud. He understands how hard it is to step forward when the road ahead feels unclear. You are seen and you are held. So let this be a pause, a real pause, a soft doorway into stillness, a moment where nothing is demanded of you, where peace can finally catch up and settle around your heart. If you can, stay here with me for a little while. Don't rush toward the day. Don't run back into the noise. Let these minutes steady your spirit before anything else reaches for your attention. Slow down. Breathe deeper. Let your soul grow quiet. Before the world gets loud, let God speak something gentle and true into your morning. He has something for you here, and you don't need to hurry to receive it. When you settle into the quiet, something inside you begins to ease. Your body remembers it doesn't need to force its way into this morning. Take a slow, easy breath. Let it come naturally. Let it loosen the tight places within you. Feel the warmth rising in your chest, the steady rhythm that carried you through long nights and uncertain thoughts. And in this simple stillness, God is already drawing near, meeting you before anything else can reach you. You don't need to hurry here. You don't need to brace yourself for the day or gather every worry trying to push to the front of your mind. This is a pause, not to avoid your life, but to rest in God's nearness. Let the rush fade back. Let your thoughts settle one layer at a time. Let the pressure within your chest soften. The world can wait for a moment. Your heart deserves this space to breathe, and remember you are not walking into this day alone. In the quiet, your soul begins to release what it held so tightly. The tension eases, the stress unwinds, and in that softer place, clarity quietly rises. Not in a flash, not in a dramatic moment, but in the gentle shift that comes when you stop gripping the day with fear. Guidance never grows out of panic. It grows out of surrender. And surrender begins with choosing to be still long enough for God to steady you. As your breath finds a calmer rhythm, let your spirit open a little more. Release the burdens you carried into this morning. Let go of the urge to solve everything at once. Place the pieces you don't know what to do with into God's hands. Peace comes through this openness. Direction rises from this quiet. And slowly, your heart begins to hear again. Not the noise pulling at you, not the fear trying to lead you, but the steady voice of the one who knows every step ahead. Stay here in this softness for another moment. Let calm settle over you like a gentle light. Let your whole being rest in the truth that you're not alone. You're being guided. You're being held. You're right where you need to be to hear God's whisper again. The quiet inside you begins to shift, and a gentle reassurance rises with it. Not forced, not sudden, just a steady reminder that you've never taken a single step without the one who leads you. He doesn't guide through pressure or urgency. His direction doesn't shout or demand. Instead, his presence rests over your morning, the way soft light settles before the sun fully awakens the day. In that stillness, his nearness becomes unmistakable. Clarity often arrives the same way God has always led his people. Steady, measured, one small portion at a time. It's like a lamp, lighting only the ground in front of you, giving enough for the next step without revealing the entire road. It doesn't overwhelm. It doesn't rush. It simply shows you where to place your foot so you won't stumble. That's how divine direction reaches you, moment by moment, nudge by nudge, breath by breath. You were never meant to hold the entire map, only the next inch of the path he's already prepared. A deeper peace settles in once your heart remembers you're not navigating this life alone. The one who guides you isn't distant or unpredictable. He leads with the steady care of a shepherd who never abandons, never confuses, never rushes the ones he loves. His voice never sounds like fear. His leading never produces chaos. His direction carries a warmth that rests across your spirit, the kind that helps you recognize truth even in uncertain places. Some guidance reaches you like a whisper that calms more than it commands, a quiet sense of, this is the way. A soft pull toward peace instead of panic. A reminder that forward doesn't need to be fast. Every step has meaning, even the slow ones, even the hesitant ones. Those are the steps that teach your heart how to lean, how to trust, how to follow without seeing everything ahead. Confidence begins to grow once you release the need for the full picture. You weren't created to see the whole road. You were created to stay close enough to hear the voice that knows the road already. Close enough to sense the gentle shift left or right. Close enough to feel safe even when the scenery changes and nothing looks familiar. Trust doesn't come from knowing the plan. Trust grows from knowing the one who holds it. So let this truth settle deeply within you. You are not lost, even if you feel unsure. You are not forgotten, even in the waiting. You are not walking blind, even when the steps look small. The light you have right now is enough. The guidance reaching you in this moment is enough. And the presence walking beside you is more than enough for whatever comes next. Sometimes the weight of life reaches you before the day even begins. You feel it settle in your chest, a quiet uneasiness you didn't ask for, the kind that makes decisions feel heavier and the future feel distant. It's difficult to wake with that kind of heaviness, especially when you've tried to sort through the choices, the uncertainty, the fear of taking a wrong step. That feeling can make the morning harder before you even stand up. Uncertainty has a way of making you feel alone, even when you're surrounded by people. You can hear the noise around you and still sense that no one sees the questions turning inside your heart, the ones without answers, the ones that keep you awake, the ones that feel too heavy to carry by yourself. It's painful when the direction you hoped for hasn't appeared, when clarity stays quiet longer than you expected, when the next step still seems hidden. In moments like these, it's easy to wonder if you missed something God tried to show you. You replay conversations. You rethink choices. You search for signs in places never meant to guide you. It's exhausting trying to make sense of a road you can't yet see. And still, through every unsure thought, a steady truth holds you. God has not stepped away from you, not even for a moment. A slow answer isn't punishment. A quiet season isn't neglect. Silence doesn't mean distance. There are times heaven moves in ways your timing can't understand. There are pauses that protect you. There are delays that prepare you. There are still places where your heart is being shaped for what you've been asking God to do. It helps to remember that the path in front of you is forming even while you wait. You may not see the shift, but it's happening. You may not recognize the guidance yet, but it's moving toward you. Even in the places where you feel lost, a way is opening. Even in the moments when you feel stuck, something is aligning for your good. You're not wandering without direction. You're not walking without a guide. There is a quiet work unfolding behind the scenes of your life. One step forming after another. One piece settling into place. One door preparing to open. You don't need to see the full story to be held by it. You don't need to understand the timing to be led through it. You don't need perfect strength to stay on the path God already knows. You only need enough hope to remain open, enough faith to keep breathing, enough trust to let Him lead in the way He's shaping for you. So let this settle gently in your heart. You're not failing because clarity hasn't arrived. You're not behind because you don't know everything yet. You're not forgotten in the waiting. The path ahead is being prepared, step by steady step. And even in uncertainty, you are being guided far more than you realize. A soft release begins in the heart the moment you stop trying to hold everything together. It feels like a quiet exhale you didn't realize you needed. Gentle, slow, giving your soul room to breathe again. The weight doesn't fully disappear, yet it loosens just enough for peace to slip into the open spaces. That is often where surrender starts, not in bold declarations, but in small openings within you. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving God space to guide you in ways your own strength never could. It means loosening your hold on the plans you tried to control, the outcomes you pushed toward, the answers you expected to see by now. Surrender softens the fear of not knowing. It reminds you that clarity never grows from force. It grows from trust. Picture a child walking with a parent they trust. The child doesn't study the path or question each turn. They simply hold a hand that feels safe and follow the gentle pull toward the next place. Their confidence isn't found in seeing the road. It's found in knowing who is leading. That same tenderness is offered to you, an invitation to stop straining for certainty and walk close enough to sense God's guidance. Control tightens around the heart and crowds out the stillness needed to hear God's whisper. Rushing dulls your sensitivity to His nudges. Pressure blinds you to His timing. But when your spirit slows, the noise settles, the grip loosens. The guidance that felt distant becomes easier to recognize. Steady, calm, never forceful. Obedience grows from trust, not anxiety. You don't need to see 5 steps ahead. You don't need a full picture before you move. You only need enough courage to follow the peace rising within you, the quiet assurance that God isn't asking you to run, only to walk with Him. His pace protects you. His timing shields you. His hand steadies you. Let this truth settle deeply. You are being led by someone who is never confused about your future. You are being held by someone who sees every outcome long before you reach it. You are being guided by a love that doesn't push, it invites. Let your hands open. Let the tension fall away. Let surrender return the breath you've been missing. You don't need perfect understanding to trust Him. You only need a willing heart. And with each softening moment, each opening within you, you'll find guidance that feels less like effort and more like being carried. One quiet, certain step at a time. Morning arrives with a quiet gentleness, and I want to meet it with an open heart. So, Lord, here is my heart, and here is my day. I bring it to you, honestly, without pretending I'm stronger than I am, without trying to cover the places that feel uncertain. You already see the thoughts I've been carrying. You already know the weight I woke up with. And in this still moment, I choose to place all of it in your hands. I'm asking for wisdom today. Wisdom that goes deeper than what feels familiar or easy. Show me the step that is right, not just the one that looks comfortable. Lead me away from choices that pull me off course. Guide me toward what aligns with your peace, even if that path feels slower or quieter than I expected. Give me clarity that isn't rushed. Give me understanding that settles within me like a soft light guiding my next move. Some parts of this day may require more courage than I feel like I have, so I ask for strength in the places where fear tries to take hold. Steady me in the moments where hesitation starts to rise. Lift me when I shrink back from what you're calling me toward. Remind me that confidence doesn't come from a full plan. It comes from knowing you walk with me through each decision. Anchor me in that truth when doubt gets loud. Bring your peace into the corners of my mind where worry tries to build a home. Quiet the storm that rises when my thoughts begin to race. Fill the spaces where anxiety tries to settle. Help me breathe through moments that feel overwhelming. Help me stand in calm rather than panic. Let a deep and steady peace shape the way I move through this day, no matter what comes. I want to hear you clearly, so tune my ears to your voice. Lift your whispers above the noise. Make the gentle nudges within my spirit easier to recognize. Clear away whatever keeps me distracted or closed off. Make my heart tender enough to feel your leading and humble enough to follow it, even when the next step is quiet. If you speak softly, help me slow down enough to notice. If you guide subtly, help me stay close enough to sense it. And through all of this, remind me of what I often forget. With you guiding me, I cannot be lost. Even when the road feels unclear, even when the day feels heavy, even when answers take longer than I hoped, you see farther than I do. You know what lies ahead. You know what I need long before I recognize it myself. I can trust the one who stands in every moment I haven't reached yet. So I place this day in your hands. Every choice, every conversation, every quiet moment, every unknown. Lead me in a way that brings peace to my mind, strength to my spirit, and steadiness to my steps. Walk with me through whatever comes. Hold me close enough that I never forget I'm not carrying any of this alone. This is my prayer this morning, Lord. My heart is yours. My day is yours, My steps are yours, and I trust you to guide me gently and faithfully through every part of it. Faith becomes clearer when you begin to move with the one who leads you, not rushing, not pushing ahead out of fear, just taking a steady step from a place of trust. The heart grows stronger when it walks with God, even when the road feels dim. Faith doesn't wait for perfect clarity. It responds to the gentle pull God places in front of you. Sometimes that pull is quiet, almost easy to overlook, yet it carries a peace that tells you it's safe to follow. Direction often grows clearer when you act on the last thing God placed on your heart. The simple yes, the quiet obedience, the moment you choose to listen instead of overthinking. Guidance expands in motion, not in standstill. When you respond to the light you already have, more light begins to appear. One step makes room for the next. One act of trust prepares your heart to recognize the next nudge. God isn't withholding direction. He invites partnership, your movement with His leading. Consistency has a way of shaping the soul. Small prayers whispered through the day, moments of listening instead of reacting, choosing peace when worry presses in, choosing stillness when panic tries to rise. These small decisions form a pathway of clarity over time. Blessing flows through rhythms like these, not because you earn anything, but because your heart becomes open enough to receive what God has been trying to place in your life. Obedience isn't performance, it's alignment. It's the steady yes that keeps your spirit close to the one who guides. It's natural to want a full picture before you take the next step, yet faith rarely grows in certainty. Faith grows in the in-between places, where you can't see very far, yet still choose to move forward. Those moments stretch your trust, strengthen your courage, and deepen your dependence on God. You're not expected to understand every part of the journey. You're only called to walk with the one who already knows the way. Let this settle within you. You won't miss what God has for you when your heart stays willing to move with Him. One step is enough for today. One act of obedience is enough to keep you aligned. One quiet prayer is enough to steady your spirit. When your heart remains open and your steps remain willing, God guides you exactly where you need to be. Slowly, safely, faithfully. There are seasons where the weight of life gathers quietly on your shoulders, even when you're doing your best to stay strong. You keep moving, you keep trying, yet somewhere beneath the surface, the heaviness begins to show. It doesn't shout. It doesn't demand attention. It simply rises in the quiet moments, when the noise fades, when your thoughts settle, when the feelings you pushed aside finally find room to come forward. Those are the places where the hurt feels sharpest and the weariness sinks deeper than words can reach. You may walk through days where it feels like no one truly sees what you're carrying. Nights when the questions feel heavier than the answers you wish you had. Moments where your prayers feel like they drift into silence. But none of that is hidden from God. He hears the quiet cries you never speak. He sees the tears that fall in the dark. He feels the ache in the places you keep tucked away. Nothing about your pain is unseen by the one who knows you completely. Healing often begins slowly, not because God is distant, but because He moves in ways that protect your heart while it regains strength. He doesn't rush you. He doesn't push you faster than your soul can follow. Instead, He meets you with a tenderness that asks nothing from you. He sits with you in the heaviness. He steadies you when you tremble. He breathes peace into the places that forgot how to hope. There is comfort in knowing you don't have to be okay for God to guide you. You don't need perfect faith or polished words. You only need a heart willing to be honest. A heart willing to show up, tired, hurting, or unsure. God isn't discouraged by your weakness. He is drawn to it. He holds the broken pieces with more care than you hold your strongest ones. Where you feel lost right now is not a dead end. It's a place God has already walked through before you. He stands in the very spot you fear, preparing the way, clearing the path, waiting with a patience that never runs out. You're not wandering alone. You're not trying to survive something God hasn't already planned to redeem. Even in confusion, you're being led. Even in exhaustion, you're being carried. Let your weary heart rest for a moment. Let the truth settle that you are seen fully and deeply. Let the nearness of God ease the ache tightening within you. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. You're held gently, faithfully, completely by a God who knows exactly what your heart needs long before you ask, and He will not let you go. Receive a gentle calm in this moment, a calm that reaches into the places still holding tension. You've carried a lot today, more than most people will ever realize, and you deserve a breath where peace is allowed to come close. So breathe softly and let these words rest over your heart like a warm covering. May clarity touch every decision you face, not rushed or forced, but steady in a way that settles your spirit. May each step feel supported, guided by the one who keeps you from slipping. May the choices ahead unfold with wisdom that rises from God's nearness, not from your own strength. May your emotions be held with tenderness, even the ones you wish would fade. If heaviness rises, may God lift it with a spark of joy. If confusion tries to cloud your mind, may peace break through like a quiet light. If worry presses against your chest, may calm find you before fear takes root. Let your heart move through this day, supported, not strained. May your home be wrapped in protection and warmth. May the people you love feel the echo of the peace settling within you right now. May each space you enter carry the nearness of God because you walk into it anchored in Him. Let blessing rest on your family, your work, your conversations, your quiet moments, and the efforts no one sees. And through every hour ahead, may God's guidance follow you, steady, subtle, unmistakably gentle. May it meet you in moments where you need direction. May it soften the edges of your day. May it remind you again and again that you never walk through anything alone. From morning until the last light fades, may you feel led, supported, and held. Carry this peace with you. Let it stay close. Let it steady your steps. You are safe. You are guided. You are loved more deeply than you know. And the one who holds you will not let you go. As we reach the end of this time together, keep your heart open a little longer. There's no need to rush away from this peace. Let it settle. Let it stay with you throughout the day. You met God in a quiet, steady way this morning, and that nearness doesn't leave when this prayer pauses. It walks with you, step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment. If this prayer touched something within you, feel free to write a simple declaration in the comments. Lord, I trust you to guide my steps today. Sometimes putting truth into words helps anchor it deeper, and someone reading your comment may feel encouraged, reminded that they're not walking through their day alone. If you want to keep praying with me, you're welcome to subscribe and return tomorrow. We're building a gentle, steady community here, People learning to seek God together, to lift each other up, to breathe, to trust, to rest in Him. Share this prayer with someone who may need a quiet place for their heart to land. It might be the peace they've been longing for. Before you go, I want to speak one more blessing over you. May God's presence remain close throughout your day. May wisdom guide each decision. May peace guard your heart. May courage rise whenever uncertainty tries to return. And may you feel, in every step, that you are led, protected, and deeply loved. Go gently. Walk slowly. Trust fully. God is with you.